Hello, good about SM viewers. This is Satellite Media. Let us look at this burning issue on the front burner that has to do with the alarm being raised by Nnamdi Kanu's family. This time around, coming from Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, claiming that, or rather alleging that before the election of 2023, that they had a discussion with the son of the president, talking about Seyi Tinubu, who, according to him, promised to get his brother out of incarceration after the victory of the father. And at the time, he claimed that the son of the president said the meeting he had with him was at the instance of his father. But surprisingly, according to him, that the promise was not fulfilled. But let us look at the background of what is happening. Before we do that, let me read from the Vanguard newspaper regarding this issue. I think from what you can see here, it says Tinubu's refusal to honor Seyi's pact with us disappointing. You go further to say Nnamdi Kanu family, that's where it's coming from. Then if you read further, it's saying that the family of the 10 leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, have expressed disappointment over the failure of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to honor an alleged agreement between his son Seyi and the family before the 2023 general election. Then let us look at the background of what Nnamdi Kanu stands for, because we understand that Nnamdi Kanu is talking about self-determination of his people, that is the sovereign state of Biafra. Then if you look at the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, of course, that has been ratified in Nigeria. It gives right to people for self-determination. And equally looking at the United Nations Declaration on Human and People's Rights, is equally another area where people have right of self-determination, which have been ratified in Nigeria. But the point is, look at this scenario. Some people have said that the government may want to play politics with it. But I think for me, what is honorable at this point, what is right at this point, is for the government to see whether they can find a political solution to that quagmire. But for me, I think at this point, I should use this opportunity to even appeal to Mr. President, talking about Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, to please use his good office. They can get a political solution to that issue, because I understand that peace have eluded the southeastern part of the country. If you are reason to visit any part of southeastern part of the country, you will understand that there is no peace in that region, particularly regarding the issue of insecurity. But the point that some people are making, that the government may want to use that to play politics, because the other time we saw a younger brother to former governor of Ekiti State, talking about Fayose, coming out to advise the government to release Nnamdi Kanu and giving contract, perhaps to secure votes in the southeastern part of the country ahead of 2027 presidential election. We understand that the president is fast losing grip on the north. We're looking at the stiff opposition of the north to most of his policies, and the complaint of northerners over the way and manner his governance is impacting on them. Particular reference has to do with this Galolo, Dr. Gaius Galolo. But the point is, I think hence every stakeholder has spoken that the right thing to do is to release this man. I think that is the way to go, because looking at the information that came from the almost every stakeholder has spoken, I think the government should give it a priority attention. Looking at what came from the senators from the eastern part of the country under the leadership of Senator Aina Baribe, we understand that the other time they met with the Attorney General of Federation seeking to have a political solution to Nnamdi Kanu's issue. And at the time, the governors from the eastern part of the country equally promised to have a synergy, a meeting with the president, though that we have not seen. The reason behind the delay is, but I think all hands should be on deck to see how the man Nnamdi Kanu can get out of that captivity for a possible peace in that region. We're already seeing far away United States of America talking about the American veterans of Igbo descent calling on the governors of southeastern part of the country to rise to the occasion and interface with federal government for the possible release of the man, Nnamdi Kanu. We're equally saying UN, talking about their advice and their admonition that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. So the point is, I think at this point, it is honorable for the federal government to see how they can find a political solution to this particular issue. Because the way it is, even Nnamdi Kanu himself has spoken the other day in court that if you get out of that place, given 2 minutes, the problem of insecurity in the region will be solved. I think we should give that an attention. We should allow the we should give him that benefit of doubt. Perhaps when he out, let the government see whether he have the capacity to address, talk to people, for tension to douse down, for insecurity to come down. Because I'm saying this particularly because I understand that the whole essence of governance borders on the welfare of the people, their security, and borders on particularly the security of lives and property. Because if you look at Section 14 of 1999 Constitution as amended, I think it's very clear about what shall constitute the primary purpose of governance. It says that the welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose. I think it is not out of place for the government to give his release a priority attention, if that will engender the necessary peace needed in the region. Because for me, life is sacrosanct, because as human, we don't have what it takes to create life. And if life is being wasted the way and manner we are seeing it, and we now believe that his release will curtail or perhaps reduce the rate at which people are being killed in that region, I think for me is something that is worth doing. Because if actually his release will stop the killing, I think the government should give it priority attention. Then again, looking at the long-term solution to agitation, I think the government at this point should be courageous enough to perhaps provide a roundtable conversation to address all this long-age agitation from different quarters. Today we are seeing Biafra saying they want to go. Perhaps tomorrow we'll see some from other angles. Of course, this is not the first time we'll be seeing such agitation. Remember that even Sunday Board the other day went to the UK, submitting a letter to the Prime Minister's office, requesting for self. British Embassy in Nigeria here have advised Sunday Board and his colleagues other Nigerians to be. I think what the point is, they have made their intention known, that they are dissatisfied with the country, with the way the country is being run, and as such, that they want their own sovereign state. They're looking at the what have been repeatedly said by someone like the Nobel laureate, talking about Professor Woloshenka, looking at it from the point of ideology, because they have often said that Biafra is an ideology, and that if you must address it, it must be from the ideological point of view. So to that extent, I think the government should be courageous enough to address it from that ideological point of view. And to do that is to summon courage to have a roundtable conversation. Even the other time, the senator representing Delta North in the Nigerian Senate, talking about Senator Ned Nwoko, was very vehement and vocal in his position that even a Samanekpa who is based in Finland, who we understand is now in custody of Finnish authority, the senator was very resolute in his position that even when you arrest someone like Samanekpa, that 100,000 Samanekpas will emerge. Of course, I think that has since been proven, because since his arrest, that did not deter people who are agitating for the sovereign state of Biafra. We are seeing people even struggling to take over his position, or rather to assume the leadership position where vacuum have been created as a result of his arrest. And we are talking about who, according to the affair of the Biafra government in exile, we equally saw another person who we understand is the financial secretary of that Biafra government in exile, talking about Okere, who is now claiming or equally laying claim to that office. The point is, if arrest is not deterring people, hounding is not deterring people, intimidation is not deterring people, it goes to show that someone like Professor Woloshenka is correct, that it is an ideology, that it can be only addressed from the ideological point of view. That is the point I'm trying to make. And it's on that ground I'm encouraging government to summon courage and make available a table for conversation where you bring all interests on board. Because currently people have argued that even the very grand norm constitution of the country is not people's oriented constitution, as such that if you even want people to sign on to this country called Nigeria, that there's every need to come up with a people's oriented constitution, because we understand that the constitution we use currently was forced on Nigerians by the military, and of course is the bane of almost all the problems we're having. So for me, I think the government have the ball in their courts, and the way they can play it for the benefit of all, for a situation, is to table conversation to address all this age-long agitation. I must say very big thank you for your time. This is Satellite Media, and I'm Mr. Matthew. Thank you very much.
Aisha Yusufu has tasked Imo State Governor, Enugu State Governor, Anambra State Governors, stop blaming government. You are the CEO of your state. You are the executive governor. Now, since you go to Abuja to collect money, then take responsibility for the insecurity in your state. What do you have to say about it?
Now, thank you for that wonderful question. I think being the governor of the state, you have every power for you to make sure that you get security votes from the federal government. By so doing so, what are the governors doing with this money? Stop coming out to tell the people that there is insecurity in my state and that unknown government have been killing. The government need to take action and put an end to all this and stop apportioning blames. The people you are apportioning blames to are the people who their lives and properties are entrusted in your hand as the chief security officer of the state. So for a governor to come and start telling people that there is insecurity in my state, I think to me the governor need to stand up and then act now, because every now and then allocation is being shared for you, security vote is being given to you, and you have the mandate. The primary function of government is to protect life and property. Yes. So if you cannot protect life and property, then why are you the governor?
But some have said that the governors have no power over the military, that it's only the president as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What do you have to say about that?
The governor does not have power over the military. That is true. But see, the question is that can the governor summon military chiefs in their states, I mean the division's commander, to sit and dialogue for a way forward? The answer is yes. So if we can do that, so indirectly it's still have power over the military. Now when it calls for security meeting, don't these men don't these guys attend in his various place? They do. So the president should not come and say that he does not have the governor should not come and say he does not have power. We still have killings in Imo State, Enugu State, and some other states. For how long can we continue in this path? The people are scared of their lives. The people cannot even access government, access those who they claim to be what? Electorate. We cannot access people that give us the mandate. So how long can they continue like this? So I think the government of these states on their own, they need to up their games. You must up your games as a governor if you don't want to be sacked come 2027.
But there's always been this fear that the votes of Nigerians does not count, and that is why our elected officials are acting this week. That assuming our vote is counting, they will sit up knowing that if I don't perform, no second term for me. You agree with that statement?
Our vote does not count. Does our I cannot say if our vote count or not because I have not conducted any election. So what I'm to say is that people have lost confidence in the INEC, in the power.
The reason why they've lost.
You've lost confidence because so many persons have seen the case of Hope Uzodinma when he but reason best the court knows why he had to give it to him. But someone who came forth in the election was uplifted and then he came forth. So the court cited some reasons which Hope Uzodinma became the governor. Reason best known to them. I am not in the position to speak for the court. But one thing is that INEC needs to be the trust of Nigerians again. You saw what happened in the last election. As allegedly reports that results were changed in the RF quarter. So I don't know how true that allegation is, but see, it has been going viral. So these are things INEC need to repose that confidence in the average Nigerian. And for the governors too, how much is being given to you on a monthly basis? If you get money on a monthly basis, then why don't you make sure that these people who gave you the mandate to protect them, you can as well protect them too? Because the people cannot always be one-sided every time. The people need to benefit from dividends of democracy. And when they have to benefit from the dividends of democracy is by what? By inclusive governance. The people need to feel the government impact. Not every time you come on here and say on government has attacked the people, you come and start creating fear. These governments are even creating fear in the life of the ordinary man.
We've seen the governor of Enugu State who has declared that Monday is no longer a sit-at-home in Enugu State. People are saying that you are seeing that as because you're the governor. Can you come and secure our lives? I mean, the other people, because you see this sit-at-home every Monday. Some are doing it maybe out of respect for Nnamdi Kanu, but some are doing it out of fear. It is two ways. People are telling the governor, please find a way to secure that. Police cannot be everywhere. What do you think? Because sit at home every Monday, it might be affecting the economic activities in the southeast. What do you think that the governor can do, or the governors in the southeast can do?
Thank you very much. I think sit at home every Monday is a commensurate to honor the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in incarceration for 4 years now and still counting. But what I want to say is that when there is a conflict in the land, the president himself needs to address this issue of Kanu. Let Kanu issue be settled out of court. If what Kanu is the son of the president, as a son, you can go, you can have a different view or different ideology and philosophy from what your father had. But why can't you, as a father, have you reached out to Kanu himself? And what I felt that the president ought to have done was, why Kanu was in decision, go and meet, let them bring Kanu to you, DSS. Sit down with Kanu, have a round table discussion with him.
But do you think that's possible? Because we saw
Buhari,
he could not
Buhari is different. See,
so
these are two different people.
Yes.
If you want the security apparatus cannot be everywhere, and these guys are what? Overstretched.
Yes.
These guys are also overstretched. So the president is the father of the nation. Since the president is the father of the nation, he should at least reach out to this guy, even to the Ohanes in Igbo. Whenever he will want to invite some Igbo politicians and some Igbo stakeholders to sit on a round table and discuss with Kanu. You have conditions, give him your conditions. Send it to him. Because you see, this is the only way this thing about marginalization can stop. And the truth of our matter is that the Igbos are heavily marginalized in the country. and that is what and that has breed a whole lot.
But do you think that giving them an opportunity, or yes, that's an opportunity, or finding a way, a consensus in 1999, Nigeria had a consensus on making a Yoruba man a president. In 2007, Nigeria had another consensus to make another man to be a president. Do you think that Nigeria finding a way or making a consensus to make an Igbo man the president is going to make that marginalization or the agitations go down in the south?
Making an Igbo man be the president would at least work to some extent. It will help this issue of marginalization reduce a very long way, because if the Igbo man is the president, Peter Obi, you will not watch Peter Obi allowing Nnamdi Kanu to languish in detention, even if, because yes, that is his brother from his tribe. They are from same tribe. No, so why was Seyi released? It was let's go.
Yes.
So to some extent, it will help a long way. And as an Igbo man, he will speak in the language that the Igbos. Now I am one of the sons. Yes. You don't have any right to agitate.
Yes.
So that will help them. It will go a very long way for them too.
So I'm letting you go. I think we have like 1 minute.
Okay.
Now, Southeastern Governors Forum. What should be their next step?
Southeastern Governors Forum should at least make moves to meet with the presidents.
Yes.
To put an end to all this. That is the only way. Because if there's no end to all this, all we hear is killing. And then we are not in support of all this killing. It is not good for the future of the country. It's not good for the future of the country.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.